DreAllDay.com.
What up, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. And before I get into the story again, I got to give my disclaimer just to make sure people get it right, because this story is a true story. I'm telling you the story exactly as it happened. This is not a talk shit video where I'm trying to trash nobody through YouTube. I'm not a dude who hides behind a YouTube channel or a social media account. I'm telling y'all the story exactly as it happened because I think it might be interesting to some of you, but maybe it's not. So y'all gonna let me know by your likes and dislikes of this video and the comments that you leave if you want to see more of these, or if you want me to keep telling stories like this. So this is a true story exactly as it happened. So if any of y'all know the guy who was in this video, or he sees it, the guy I'm talking about in this video, he'll know it's a true story. These are true facts. Nothing is fabricated, nothing's made up. There are no opinions in here. This is straight facts. So let's get right into it. So back in, this is 2005. I had just come from my first playing gig. I was in Lithuania, 2005, and I came home. So I used to go to this gym. The gym I used to go to was LA Fitness out in Fort Washington, outside of Philly. Anybody who's from Philly, like the northwest part of Philly, like Oak Lane, Mount Airy, Germantown, y'all know about, the LA Fitness up in Fort Washington, because at the time it was brand new. And that was a spot everybody went to play pickup. Like any of y'all been to LA Fitness, they all pretty much made the same. So, because a lot of times I'll be having videos, I got a lot of videos on my channel that's me working out in LA Fitness, and people see the video, they be like, yo, is that the LA Fitness in such and such? And people always naming different locations. And I'm like, no, that's not it. But they all look exactly the same. So if you ever been in an LA Fitness gym, you've been in all of them, because they all exactly the same. The basketball court, that is. They all got this small ass sideline spaces, no space outside of the actual court, ain't no bleachers. I don't know why LA Fitness makes all their gyms like that, but they do. So anyway, they all look exactly the same. So this gym in Fort Washington used to be packed. Like I go there like 5, 6 in the evening sometimes, in the pickup runs, it'd be like 60 dudes in there. So if you had to get there early so you could get an early run. And I was known in there because I was like, at the time I was 23. I was super athletic, so I'm dunking. I'm like the dude everybody knew for dunking, and I could score. And sometimes I'd just be out there gunning. Like my team started losing, I just start taking every shot and just trying to will my team to victory. Because any of y'all know, you play pickup somewhere where it's like 40, 50, 60 dudes out there, you lose a game, you done. You might as well go home. You ain't getting back on the court for the rest of the night. So that's how I used to be. And those are the type of pickup games I love, when the court is packed like that. You can't even step out of bounds because you're going to step on somebody's foot because they right there. I love that shit. So I used to play pickup there at Fort Washington, but even though I would play there in the evening, sometimes it would get kind of weak. It started to get weak, and I seen this dude from Mount Airy, this dude named Beef. They called him Beef. And he seen me at my local playground, which is Finley Playground in Mount Airy. And he was like, yo, you need to start coming up to LA Fitness in Andorra. That's where we really be balling at. LA Fitness in Andorra was just the name of the location, and they used to have a big movie theater there. I don't know if it's there now. I ain't been there in years. But Andorra's like right off of Ridge Avenue. It's more towards Germantown, and it's kind of like even people from like North Philly could kind of come to that location, because if you came up from North Philly, you'd be there. You came over from Mount Airy, you'd be there, and you came over from Germantown. So like Mount Airy, Germantown, North Philly, all these neighborhoods could kind of converge at this one LA Fitness. So a lot of dudes that ball used to come in there. So like Ayo from the N1 mixtape came in there before. Like this was when Andre Iguodala first came to the Sixers. He wouldn't be in there, but his brother. His brother's name was Frank Iguodala, and his brother had played college ball too. And his brother, like the same size, looked just like him. He used to be in there hooping, and me and him got to know each other just from hooping. We ain't never talked, we never had a conversation, but he knew my face, I knew his face. We pick each other up for pickup games and stuff like that. A couple other dudes that played overseas and stuff like that. I didn't even know most of these dudes' names. We just knew each other's faces because we used to always be in there. Like any of y'all who play pickup, you know what I mean. So if you go to the same place play pickup all the time, people know your face and you know their face. You might not even know their name or where they from or nothing about them off the court, but you know them because you see them every time y'all play pickup. So it used to be like that. So that gym actually, it used to get funky in there. Like dudes used to get hostile over pickup games. That was a place where you wouldn't go in there and talk shit to nobody unless A, you was ready to fight, B, you was ready to defend yourself with something other than your hands, or C, you had people with you. That was the type of gym. That LA Fitness was one of the first LA Fitnesses I ever heard the rule that you can't bring a gym bag onto the basketball court. They started that rule because dudes was bringing guns and knives in their gym bags to the court. So they would have a worker from LA Fitness stand on the basketball court the whole time and watch everybody who walked in. If you had a bag, he'd be like, no, you can't come in. You got to put that bag in your car or go put it in the locker room. You cannot bring a gym bag in this court, because dudes used to get so mad and arguing over basketball games that other stuff used to take place in it. But this is not a story about that. So one day I'm in there playing pickup, right? And my team was off the court. Either I was about to play or I got put off the court. And I seen this dude come on and play. He was about 6'1", 6'2", dark-skinned dude. He had braids. And he got the ball. The first time he got the ball, I'm just watching him play. First time he got the ball, he did this crossover. He went through his legs 2 times, like scissor crossover. Bang, bang. Pulled up for a 3. He missed it. He missed the shot. And then the next time he came down, he did a similar move, like threw the legs real quick again, pulled up again, and he missed. He missed the first 2 shots. And that ain't really nothing interesting, you thinking to yourself, right? But then I'm looking at the way he shot the ball. I'm just looking at the way he shot it and the confidence he had. Like, you ever watch a basketball player and they miss or they mess up or they get scored on or something, but you can just tell by the way they shot it or the way they carrying themselves that, like, this dude can play even though they didn't even make the shot, or even though they just got scored on or something like that. You can just tell their confidence. That's how I felt when I seen this. I was like, I don't know who this dude is, but it was something in the back of my mind was like, all right, this dude is somebody. Because the way he shot that ball, and somebody come down and pull up for 3s twice on the first 2 plays and miss, usually in pickup, somebody gonna say something like, yo, man, pass it inside or drive to the hole. Somebody gonna complain and start bitching, right? Nobody said a word, and nobody on the other team said nothing either. Like, when he shot it, usually somebody shooting pickup, somebody like, yo, rebound, or that's off, or something like that. Nobody said nothing. So I'm like, who is this dude? They must all know who he is. And the way he did it was like, he just seemed like he knew he could play. I was like, I don't know who this dude is. But anyway, so they kept playing. I think his team won. Eventually, I got on the court against him. We would guard each other, and we play against each other, go at it. Like, he'd do his little moves on me. I'd do some moves on him. And at the time, my handle wasn't all like that. Back then, my handle was adequate. Like, I could get the ball from point A to point B. I could grab a rebound, go coast to coast. Wasn't nobody going to run up on me and take the ball. And at the time, my athleticism was like my number one thing. So I would get to the hole and I'm dunking on cats. I'm out jumping everybody. I'm grabbing every rebound under the sun. So I would have like the athleticism advantage where he had like the quickness and he had that J. Like, he could pull up off the dribble. Like, the way he would set up his dribbles and pull up was like, I never seen nobody do nothing like that. The way he would do it, it was just so quick. And he would just pull up and shoot. So even though he had that quickness in the shot, I had the length, so I'm a little bit taller than him. I had the long arms and I could jump, so he couldn't really get a clean look on me. So I blocked a couple of his shots, and even when he got his shots off, it'd be hard for him to make it because he had to adjust his shot because I had that reach, like, challenging his shots. And he tried to get up on me. He had a little bit more strength than me at the time, but I had the athleticism. So if I got a step, I could get to the rim and, like, just shoot right over top of his ass because nobody could out jump me in the gym. So we go at it, and this went on for days. This went on for like weeks. We see each other and we never talked. We never had a conversation. He had like that. Any of y'all that's from Philly or any New York, DC, y'all know how dudes who play ball is. We like real like arrogant a little bit of cocky air to us. So you see somebody who you gone at before and they beat you, or y'all went at it and they almost beat you, y'all don't talk. Like, it ain't no we get cool after the game, shake hands, where you from. Like, down here where I live now in Miami, that's how it is. Like, you go at somebody in the game, after the game, y'all talk. Yo, what's up? Where you from? Where you play at? Yo, where you be working out at? In Philly, it ain't like that. If you go at it with somebody and y'all going back and forth, especially if there's a lot of people watching, oh, y'all not talking. Ain't no shaking hands after the game. It's like y'all just looking at each other like y'all about to fight. Y'all know how basketball players be, acting like we gonna fight and ain't gonna be no fight. So it was like that. So we went at each other for weeks and we never spoke. I didn't know his name. He didn't know my name. I didn't know where he was from. He didn't know nothing about me. But I knew he was a little bit older, but I didn't know what his name was. But I knew a lot of dudes in there knew him just by the way that they respected his game, and he could play. So they respected his game. And people respected my game because I used to be in there dunking on dudes and stuff. And I used to be in there dunking, and people could tell I was young because at the time I was 23. So they could see I was like the young dude on the block, and I'm going at this guy. So a lot of them respected me just because of the fact that I would always guard him and he would always guard me. So they was respecting me because of that, even though I didn't know who he was. So one day, my team was off the court. Again, same situation. He was on the court. This guy, he had braids. He was like 6'2". He was on the court playing, and I'm on the sideline watching, waiting for our next game. And my dude Beef, the same dude who told me to come to the Andorra LA Fitness, he was talking to somebody else, and he was like, yo, he pointed at me, and he was talking to the other guy. He was like, yo, he be going at Hot Rod all the time. And I heard the name. He said, Hot Rod. I didn't say nothing, but I'm thinking to myself, Hot Rod, I had heard that name before. And being where I'm from in Mount Airy, a lot of the older dudes used to always tell me about leagues that they played in, like the men's leagues and stuff all around the city. And they would mention this dude named Hot Rod. And they like, yo, this dude Hot Rod, he had 30, or Hot Rod, he nice, like Hot Rod, the best around here. And I remember the name, but I had never met the dude. I didn't know what he looked like. I didn't know how he played. I just knew that they would always talk about this dude named Hot Rod. And I was like, they was all like 10 years older than me. So when they used to talk about this dude, I'm like, who the hell is this dude Hot Rod? I remember just thinking that, but I didn't know who it was. So when the dude Beef said that, he mentioned me, and he was talking about Hot Rod, and Hot Rod was on the court. Hot Rod was this guy, this same guy who I seen do the pull-ups, and we used to guard each other. His name was Hot Rod. I finally put two and two together. So this guy was a street ball legend in Philly. Not Hot Sauce, Hot Rod. So it's not the same dude from the N1 tape. It's a different guy. So this dude, Hot Rod, he was a street ball legend in Philadelphia. I had heard his name a whole bunch of times, but I never knew what he looked like. I didn't know where he played, how he played, nothing. So I finally find out after going against this dude like damn near every day for a month that this is the guy. This street ball legend is the guy I've been going against all this time. So I was like, oh, no wonder people be looking at me. Like, people was looking at me with respect, a high level of respect in that gym because I was guarding him. Now I know why, because this dude is a fucking legend. Like, a lot of these dudes don't want to go against him because they know they're going to get their ass bust. But I'm going at this dude and beating him. So they respect me a lot because I'm doing that. So one day, of course, things are going to come to a head eventually. You get dudes in Philly who can play. The shit talking eventually is going to happen. It's only a matter of time. Usually it happens the first game. Sometimes it takes longer. So we finally was playing one day. We was in there. I came in there in the daytime one day. And it was like 3 other dudes in there. And Hot Rod was one of them. So we played 2-on-2 full court. And you know you talking with a pro because most regular dudes ain't going to do that. And I was up for it. And he didn't know nothing about me. He didn't know who I was. He just thought I was some young boy. So we in there playing 2-on-2 full court. And one game, he was guarding me, and I did a move on him and hit the game-winning shot on him while we playing 2-on-2 full court. And he tried to call. Like, he tried to say I walked or I carried or something like that. And then I was like, and I'm arguing back with him. I'm not giving up that call, especially on game point. Y'all know in pickup how it be. You make a game-winning shot on somebody on game point, and then they try to call. You like, no, we not doing that shit. Like, you ain't calling no call on game point, dude. That's a bucket. So I'm talking shit. I'm defending myself. And as we walking out the gym, because the water fountain's right outside the court, so everybody walks to the water fountain. He's like, man, that bullshit is a bullshit ass move or whatever. And I'm like, man, don't get mad at me. Just because you can't do it don't mean it's illegal. And he was like, and he turned around. He's like, you know, in Philly, if you're not from Philly, you might not understand. So I tried to explain it to you. So he turned around and just gave me this look like, man, who the fuck is you? Like, who are you? Where you played at? Because I didn't know him at the time. I knew who he was at that point, but I didn't know his whole background. So I'm thinking how he's thinking. So he's looking at me like I'm some nobody dude who just plays in LA Fitness, but he didn't know me. So I didn't know him at the same time either. And I'm like, yo, I just came from playing professional. I just came from overseas, dude. Where you coming from? You know, so we talking shit back and forth like that. So that was the whole Hot Rod thing. I don't think it's really nothing else to add to the story. But anyway, to his story, same as the story I told before about the dude Prime Objective. Like, he had a long overseas background. At the time that I played him, he was older. I think he was in like his early to mid 30s at the time. I don't even know how old he was. But he was one of them dudes who just stays. He just stays with his quickness, stays with his handle, and he plays at it. The way he plays, you think he's way younger than he is. You could tell his age by looking at him, but the way he play, he seemed like he in his 20s. So at the time, he was still killing dudes. But that Andorra, just another part of the story. That Andorra LA Fitness back then, the mid 2000s, that was the best pickup run. Like, just regular pickup, not talking about dudes that was not an organized pickup where it was like somebody called you like, all right, we coming to this gym. It wasn't like that. It was like people just showed up. The pickup runs in that gym was the best pickup runs of any time period I could think of. Besides, when I was in college, my last 2 years of college, we had a good run because we had some pros in there. but that was organized because we was all at the same school. I'm talking about a pickup where anybody could have just walked in the gym. That Andorra LA Fitness was the best. I don't know what it's like now. I think next time I go to Philly, I'm coming to Philly this summer. So when I go to Philly, I got to go up there just to see what's up, see if the building's still there, see if dudes still hooping there, because that was the best pickup run ever. And that really helped sharpen my game because I was playing with and against dudes who was pros and I was holding my own. So that really, it not only helped build my game, it didn't really build my game, actually, to keep it real. It helped build my confidence. It sharpened my instincts to be able to go out there and just play. It didn't really make me develop new skills. I already had the skills. I just had to develop the confidence and the ability, the instinctive ability to use the skills in games. And playing against dudes like them, like Iguodala's brother, like all these overseas dudes, like these mixtape dudes, like the Streetball dude, Hot Rod, that just helped build my confidence a lot. So everything I just told you is an absolute true story. If you want to hear more of these, let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you think of this vid. Work on your game. Dre, all day. Checking out this video. Make sure you follow all my top content up here. Follow me on all your favorite social networks right over here. And make sure you are subscribed to catch all the new content I put on this channel every single day. Work on your game.